Are you a deviant? You know, like those of us who binge watch serial killer programs, laugh at the stupid shit people do, and revel in anything adult? Well, you found your people. Join us as we crack open the door to the padded cell and release the insanely stupid, the weirdly wonderful, and those who choose to live outside societal norms. We'll delve into the strange, the macabre, the sexy, and the outrageous. So, if you're a deviant, then you have your place with us in the padded cell. Hello and good morning. Welcome to episode 51 of the Padded Cell podcast. Nearly our year.
It's exciting, isn't it?
I was really excited that you just went.
This is my excited
That's
face.
your excited face. You've had Botox recently. So you do that fake smile again. Oh, wow. Is that all you can manage? Wow. So, yes, we are 1 week away from our live episode. Our 1 year episode. Mm-hmm. And just to remind you all, we are going to be live again next week. We weren't scheduled to be live next week, but we are because it's the 1 year. Oh, your eyes
right about it.
So heads up, we're an hour earlier today than we normally are, and I think it's just like it's discombobulating because your eyes are washing all over the place. To God. Yawning and all sorts, a pair of us. I'm coughing a lung up, so you might actually see all of us at some point dabbing our eyes and get onto the table for a cough and a yawn. You be on the table for the things, you dirty bastard. It's too early
just
for that.
My face print in your t-shirt.
Did you get your
No, I've got deodorant on my tit. It just is what it is. Don't worry.
So, mind your business if you can see a white patch under Nancy's arm. It was deodorant. And I've just, made a point of it now. So there you go.
It's right here on my boob.
It's right by your nipple.
I, tried to lift and it went... What can you do?
So we've got some people over on Facebook watching
smell.
and they're all saying good mornings and stuff like that. Oh, hello from Australia. Now, I can't go down everybody today because I normally spend far too much time saying hello to people on Facebook. And we've got loads of people over on Patreon watching us. So today is the 2nd of September. And today is my number one son's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Number one is in the favourite or the first?
The first. Oh. Yeah. No, number one son, number two son. So number two son is actually 25 on Friday.
Yeah, they're close together.
Very close, yeah. But number one son, our Liam, is 29 today. Happy birthday,
Liam.
Happy birthday.
It's the last year of your 20s, so make the most of it.
Downhill from here.
I've just realised something.
Oh.
Dylan?
Yes?
Aren't you 28?
I am 28, yes.
So my son's older than you. Yeah. Oh, God, that makes me feel really old. So, Liam, all my love. I'll be seeing you later on. Happy birthday. And next year it's 30. No. 30 was my best year.
It's a big year for birthdays next year, isn't it?
It's a big, well, we've said this before, haven't we? Liam's 30, I'm 50, Jim's 60, we've been married for 20 years, club's 20 years old. There's all sorts going on. And people keep saying...
Fireball.
Oh, God.
Lots of fireball for you. I'd just be dead. I'd just be dead. I can't drink it.
Who enters
well, no,
your
you will,
glasses?
though. I will. Yeah. Now, at this time in the morning, I'm like, no, I won't drink Fireball. But if it's my 50th birthday party and I've got them lined up and I've already had a few other drinks,
yeah.
We'll just line you 50 shots up.
Oh, fuck, I'll be dead. You trying to kill me off?
I'll help you.
Hey, that'd be good.
What, killing me off, you cheeky bastard?
No, 50 fireballs.
Oh.
While the whole club's going, duh, 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 duh.
I just said, killing me off. Fucking hell. That'll be fun. No, thank you. I'd rather survive to see 51.
You should start having a Fireball Friday.
So, 2nd of September, our Liam also shares his birthday with Bill Shankly.
Boss.
You know who that is. Mm-hmm. Do you know who that is? Oh, thank God for that. So obviously Scottish footballer. Do you really know? You know, he doesn't.
I'm just going to Google him.
Liverpool manager. I think from...
I don't know who he is.
Shit. I should know this. 59 to 74, I think. Something like that. And it's Keir Starmer's birthday. I had such good hope, for Labour, and I'm disappointed. He's 61 anyway. And Keanu Reeves, how old do you think he is?
Keanu? Late 50s.
You see, Jimmy said the same thing. I was surprised.
Yeah, he's old. He's a lot older than he looks.
But he looks really young, doesn't he? He's 59.
He doesn't age.
I love Keanu.
59. So Jim said...
he's a dead good person as well.
Jim said, you're the same age as me. I went, you try to say it look like Keanu. I went, but there's no right or wrong answer. So, 59. What's your favourite Keanu film?
I'm going to say John Wick 3.
John Wick.
Ooh, great shot.
Go on, what's yours? Just trying to think of one now. You think of yours, Dylan, as well, Val?
I know mine.
Straight
off the dome.
Yeah.
I can't think what he said. See on The Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite like The Matrix.
And Speed.
I love Speed.
Yeah.
Speed 2 is a bit shit, but Speed
Yeah, but I
was
loved
great.
Speed.
Speed was
My favourite film is Constantine.
Ooh.
That's a good film.
Love Constantine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen or read the comics. Constantine's actually supposed to be a Scouser.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a series, I don't know if it was on Netflix or Prime, and they did bring a guy in. I don't know whether he was actually a real Scouser, but his accent was all right. But it bombed a bit, really. It didn't really do quite so well. I was disappointed. But the film, I absolutely loved the film. They're bringing another one out, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah. I don't know whether it's a follow-on or whether it's like a different tale or what. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I loved him in Constantine. He was a chain smoker. I don't know if you remember this. And at the very end, it was like selling his soul to the devil, and he was going to cure him, if you like, of lung cancer. And the devil in it, I can't remember his name. And he wasn't a young man. He's just like an older guy playing the devil. There's just something about him. I'm like, oh, take me soul. There was just something. I'm like, yeah, no problem.
I'll take his soul.
Yeah, take me soul and everything else, but you can't be virginity because that was gone years ago. Right, as you've just heard there, I've still got a little crackle in my voice. So if you hear me coughing, I'm really, really sorry. I'll try and do it discreetly. Last time I survived all right, didn't I? With not too much ugly coughing. But I've had a bit of a rough night. So not drinking, just rough night. So you never know. I might have a bit of a cough. Do you know what? Another fun fact.
Here we go.
I didn't know this. It's not really that fun, but I'm going to say because Jimmy told me. I used to do with Everton, so I've got to.
Oh, boo.
In 1892 today, Everton played the first football match in Goodison Park. And he played Bolton.
Bet they lost.
Possibly Bolton Wanderers. Well, I said this. I went, did they win though? And he went, we won 4-2. I went, you had to win one.
Never been heard of since.
And then I scurried out the door very quickly.
Yeah.
So, we've still got some people on Facebook all saying hi. There's Earl again. Hiya, Earl. He came on last time. He was from somewhere posh. Was it Windsor or somewhere like that?
Yeah.
I think it
I mean,
was.
if you're called Elle, you're going to be, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a posh name, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, Earl comes across as like being a bit cool. He sent me a little private message, and I'm like, he seems like a bit of a
Did
dude.
you watch My Name Is Elle?
Yeah.
Love that.
I haven't seen that.
That was that good.
Was it good?
You wouldn't see an L walking around Toxtus, would you?
No.
Oh, yeah, someone else saying John Wick. So for
John
those
Wick.
on Facebook, I'm going to be switching off in a couple of minutes. And if you didn't hear the start, if you want to watch the rest of the live, you need to go over to patreon.com/Had2Sell podcast. But I'll keep you on for a little bit. So in 1666, on the 2nd of September, 2 a.m. in the morning, a fire started in London. And it became the Great Fire of London.
No
Do you know
way.
anything about this?
Bits and bobs from
You
school.
probably heard it in
like-
school.
Yeah.
Do you know our history lessons in school? It was I went to a Jewish school, so it was a lot about the war and the Holocaust and stuff. And then it was like stuff like shit stuff, all the kings, and they make kings and queens, made you like remember all the dates and all this.
Yeah.
And you don't want to know shit like that.
Yeah.
You want to know about the Great Fire of London, don't you? You know.
The plague.
So we didn't learn about this. But anyway, so it started on the 2nd of September and went on, I think it was till the 5th of September. And it started in a bakery, and it was the king's baker who started the fire. Obviously by accident, they didn't like set fire to his place. And because then all the houses were so tightly packed and wooden construction, it was just like tinder. And the weather at the time, it was hot, dry and windy. So all like little sparks from the initial fire just went whew, and before you knew it, the whole place was
There's
up.
probably straw everywhere as well, isn't there?
And 85% of London was destroyed, and 85% of the people living in London were displaced, and a lot of them went out into the suburbs, in farmland and everything to get away from it. And some of them took years to return because they just,
I bet, yeah.
it was just obliterated. It took them 50 years to rebuild London after that. Mad.
Wow.
And it burned down St. Paul's Cathedral, didn't it? That had to be rebuilt. So it took 50 years to rebuild it, and you can still see like the results, if you like, of the original fire and how the streets look because of the fire. It's all like a bit of a maze where it was. And some Londoners never ever went back, and they said 13,000 wooden houses were completely destroyed and 87 churches. Mad that, isn't it? 87 churches in London. Yeah. Do you know when you were to Cyprus?
Fucking hell.
Changing the subject. Everywhere you fucking go, there's a chapel. Yeah. Everywhere. And when you go in, literally every little town or village has got its own little chapel. Sometimes they've got 2 and 3. When you go in, there's always like icons and gold all over the place. First time I walked in, I'm like, There's no caretaker. There's nobody watching this thing in Liverpool. That would be completely stripped in minutes. That would be stripped and sold in a pub somewhere within an hour.
It'd be sold to another chapel.
Want to buy a sconce? Yeah.
But no, they wasn't touched because they're very, very religious in Cyprus. And everything's just left out. It's amazing. Anyway, right, that was a bit of a deviation, wasn't it?
Tangent.
Yeah. Now, there's a little bit of a myth, as our dam says. That the Great Fire of London obliterated the plague because the plague started in 1665, the year before. Yeah. But no, it's almost like it's been romanticised. It's like a romantic spin on the whole thing. Yeah. It didn't obliterate the plague. I mean, it did obviously kill. It only kills about 6 people. But all like rats and all that kind of thing with carrying the plague. But there were some people that died after the 1666 Great Fire of London. So it's not true. But it did help to eradicate it eventually. Yeah. So there you go, a little bit of history. Are we doing our comments there, Nance? Oh, yeah, somebody said I love Constantine.
Yeah, lots of Constantine fans. The Matrix. Apparently he was a minor character in Dracula in 1992.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So Keanu? Or,
yeah.
Oh, right. I wonder... He wasn't a minor part, was he? He was... he played the lead guy who was married to... Oh, fuck. It's too early to remember names. Mina. What's his name? Yeah. Hawk something. Dylan, look it up. Harkness or something like that. He was the main character in Dracula.
Was he?
I'm just reading the comments. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Anyway, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, Dylan's having a little look for us now. There you go. Look, Bram Stoker's Dracula. He was one of the main characters. Harker.
Jonathan Harker.
I was nearly right. Harker.
There you go. Yeah. Good that.
So that's just reminded me of something that I didn't have planned to say today, but I've said it now. So I said Harkness, right?
Harkness, yeah.
So I'm going to, this person, I'm hoping he's alive, but I don't know whether he watches this podcast now. You know, you do something in your life that's really, really embarrassing and you put it to the back of your mind, but every now and then something happens and it makes you go, oh, why did I ever do that? Mm-hmm. Well, the name Harkness does that to me. And the other thing that brings back the same memory is the song Purple Rain by Prince.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I was 16, I went on a school trip to Austria and Germany, all the school and some teachers there. And one of the teachers, he was our classics teacher and PE teacher, called Mr. Harkness. And I thought he was fit. I really, 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 really liked Mr. Harkness. And I loved classics, but I really loved classics because Mr. Harkness was the teacher. Proper little crush. Anyway, so he was on this holiday with us. And on the last night, we went to this disco, if you like, and kids could go. And all the teachers are there. And we weren't allowed to have a drink, but they used to have like Coke with orange in it. And I was like, nah, put vodka in it. So a few of us had a few drinks. Oh, fuck. I'm so embarrassed. So Purple Rain came on as a little slowie.
Oh, no. Just stop.
And I dragged Mr. Harkness up. And I did a little slowie with Mr. Harkness. But I was supposed to keep my hands up. And I went like that. I put my hands down onto his arse. I'm so sorry, Mr. Harkness.
Fuck. Wow.
I've never seen him again because he was stocked.
Yeah.
But now, because you'd imagine that. But the guy just seemed to like go like that. And my friends were all laughing their heads off. There's some of the lads are like that going. And I kept my hands on there for a good minute. I was probably the longest minute of his life.
Was it, mate?
Yeah. And he didn't have his hands on me, but I had my hands on him. Yeah. But looking back, like, what the fuck was I thinking? And the poor guy must have been mortified. I don't even know if he was married or not. So, Mr. Harkness, I'm so sorry if you watch this. Hopefully you don't. But something that you know may do and may pass this on. So I'm really, really sorry if I put my hands on your arse.
Triggered the memory of
married,
that was me.
If you are married, a message to your wife. He did not have any part in this whatsoever. It was all me. 16-year-old me. Oh my God.
Police are going to be at the gate in a minute.
Just buy me drink out.
16's legal-ish.
Message to your wife.
But honestly, that name or Purple Rain now just makes me die inside. And I'm sure everybody out there has got their own embarrassing stories.
Nice of Natasha to join us.
Natasha?
She didn't get the memo what time we started, so she's just joined us late.
I did put a little thing out to say that we were starting a course past 10 today. But she's here now.
Lots of crying comments about the TV, Dylan.
Oh no.
Is it wonky again?
It's wonky again. It's too low.
He sat there sweating.
Well, next time, I don't think we're going to have the TV because we're going to have our new backdrop. We've got a new backdrop and we've got a neon sign, which I brought in today. I'm very, very excited to see it up there.
It's a big box.
So the wonky telly will be no more because we'll have our own sign. So you can shut up moaning.
Can we put the sign up wonky?
No.
I mean, it's wonky anyway.
Well, oh no, the actual sound that we're getting, it's actually going to be straight. So we haven't got this whole, is it supposed to be wonky? So, right, so Dylan has got a picture of the three of us at a recent 80s party. So I put this picture up on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, and everybody loved our photos.
Yeah.
But there was one person in particular, here we are. So for those who aren't watching, the three of us, I've got like 80s garb on or glasses or whatever. Nancy's giving the middle finger as always. I've got like a tartan dress on with crazy star glasses, and Ryan looks like a BG.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon a BG?
You look like a BG.
I need the brown glasses.
Oh, you're being electrocuted.
I should have had your glasses.
You look like Barry Gibb. Staying alive, staying alive.
Nelly knew that one.
Hey, I know the BGs.
Well, go on then, let's hear it. Do the action. That's the most unenthusiastic BG ever. Okay, I'll take that back.
It's fucking 25 to 11.
I've just seen myself on the screen doing that. So we put this up on Facebook and loads of people liked it. And then this one lady called Liz Lynn, she posted a picture of her dog, which is the next photo.
I see the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the dog!
How cool is that?
Amazing.
So she was delighted sharing a picture of it. What sort of dog? It's like a schnauzer.
It's a Shih Tzu, isn't
Is
it?
it a Shih Tzu?
Shih Tzu, yeah.
I really should have looked this up first.
I think it's a Shih Tzu.
So this is Maisie, who's a punk dog who wears tartan, and this is why she posted, because I had a tartan dress on in the photo. But Maisie's got a purple, like a lilac-y purple Mohican, a really long beard, and the jacket that she's got on has got all like badges, rebellious anarchy badges and everything on it.
way.
Absolutely brilliant.
Has Maisie got like an Instagram or something like that?
I don't know. I
Some
think
of them
Maisie
do.
needs
It's a
an
Sex Pistols
Instagram.
badge.
But she looks dead happy though, because some dogs, when you see them dressed up, they're just totally miserable, aren't they?
Bit of a beard for a girl.
It looks cool though.
Yeah.
It does.
It's
like if Sid was
the
a
dog
dog.
looks delighted with this. My dog would just go nuts. Jim wanted to paint the nails of our Luna. You can get like
I
nail
used to have a
polish for dogs.
Rottweiler and I painted her nails.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did she not chew it though? Did she not like?
No, and she used to wear like a big beaded necklace. She was that cool.
Wow, doesn't sound cool.
I mean, she's
A
dead
beaded
now.
necklace
Yeah.
on a Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people cross over the road because she looks dead scary and she was the softest thing.
Oh, so you're trying to scare people with your dog? Is it your fault that people?
No, I was like, don't judge her, she's nice. Like me.
I do like Rottweilers.
I
We used to have a
do.
Rottweiler years ago called Mishka. Absolutely huge she was.
Yeah.
And she chased me around one day. I got a bit over enthusiastic and I just turned around to stop and she just went like that, boom, and like jumped on me and pushed me on the floor and then wouldn't get off, just sat on me. I was like,
Yeah.
help. Couldn't get her off me. So there you go. That's Maisie the dog. So I just want to say a quick hello to Lauren. You know what? I must spend all my time in fucking Tesco because every person that I see in Tesco.
Every week there's a story from Tesco.
I know. This is Lauren. I was walking in Tesco and I think she was walking out with a mum or something with a big basket full of shopping. And she went, hang on. And she come running over to me and she went, can I just say, I love your podcast. And that was it. I went, what's your name? And she went, she's walking away, Lauren. So Lauren, nice to meet you. And also Submissive Tom. Not going to say where I met you. You know who you are. Hello. So we are going to have a little competition, aren't we, for a t-shirt? Are you laughing at?
Not going to say where I met you.
Could have been anywhere, couldn't it?
Not Tesco.
No, not Tesco. Could you imagine Submissive Tom in Tesco? Just,
In his gimp shoes on the checkout.
yeah.
With the gag in. Trying to unlock his phone.
Weighing up cucumbers.
His ID won't work.
So we're going to do a t-shirt competition today for those watching live. And we are going to ask you to guess. Are we going to include Dylan in this? I need to do the quick maths if we do that.
You gave his age away before.
I did, didn't I?
Oh, just do us.
Just do us. Okay.
Sorry, Dylan.
So you'll need to guess our combined age.
It's the first one to get it right wins.
First one to get it right wins. And if somebody doesn't get it exactly right, it'll be the first one to get it nearest. So I'm just going to start talking. And if you just keep an eye on the numbers for us.
One guess each, is it?
Yeah. Per person.
Yeah, I'd say one guess. Otherwise, you'll be edging your bets and throwing
Mrs. J
loads
is
in.
going,
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
she's seeing numbers right now.
So I'm just going to tell you a little story while you keep a look on the numbers.
Okay.
All right.
Well
and then
done.
once I've done my story, then we'll see who's won. I've actually got 2. I don't know which one to tell. Right, okay.
2 eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
No. So, our Bill's a friend who we know quite well. Yeah. I'm not going to say who he is. Years ago, he used to work in town, and they shared like a premises with another business. They all got on dead sounds, and in the back of this like workyard place, there was like a staff room, and they'd be like, you could put DVDs on, make a cup of tea, have the food, and it became a thing every Friday. This is like a really, I don't know, oh my God, all the guests is coming in.
I know.
Every Friday, they used to throw a porno on, and they'd all just sit there after work, maybe get a takeaway, and I'll get a couple of beers, used to have a fridge in there, and watch a porno. Yeah. Anyway, this young apprentice came on board, and he decided to play a trick on this poor young apprentice. And they said they'd already been talking like on Friday, porn night and all that. And the lad's like, So they went into the room, a couple of beers out, and said to the lad, so what we do, we turn the lights down, we put a porno on, and we have a little wank. But we put a $5 in the pot. And whoever comes first gets the pot.
No.
Nice. So the lad's like,
alternative to soggy biscuit.
and they're all like, no, honestly, we do. And we haven't got to be embarrassed. We're all fellas, and it's fine. Yeah. So this poor lad, I get the impression he was about 17, 18, very young as an apprentice. So they turn the lights down, put a porno on, and they're all like that, but not actually having a wank.
Yeah.
But apparently, after not very long, they switched the lights back on. And he was actually having a wank. So he's there, like, pulling one off. And they're all like, oh my God, I can't believe you got taken in by that.
Oh my
He
God.
was mortified, called them all the cunts on the earth. But then once he got over it, he went, I want the money though. I want the money. I actually had a wank. They wouldn't give it to him. Like, no, fuck off.
So you got no benefit whatsoever?
No, not at all. He didn't even come either because he switched the lights on before he could come.
Sly.
That's the sort of things that guys do in, like, you know, in the trades. They do all this shit. We don't do this. Girls don't do things like that. Have you ever done anything like that? I played a few tricks on people, but not like that.
We did have a wanking race once.
Did you?
Yeah.
A wanking race?
See who could come first.
In work?
Yeah.
In townhouse?
Yeah.
Fucking
Not
hell.
like under my
You
desk.
meant in your previous job?
Yeah, just.
I mean, in the
ready,
office.
set, go.
Fucking hell. Flicking your bean behind the desk. Fucking
Yeah.
hell. Okay. So you had it in work. Were you actually working when you were doing this? Be careful, you're talking to your boss
we've got
right
a
now.
winner. We've got a winner.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, we have.
Kelly's the winner.
Kelly's won another T-shirt. Oh, my
Kels.
God. Ah, well done. So Kelly was the first, yeah?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done. Well done. Are we going to reveal our ages so we can confirm the number?
I did have to check mine.
You have to check your age.
You know what I said last night? Well, I'm.
Yeah.
I
You
was
have to
like,
check
am
your
I?
date of birth.
I do that.
So I knew your age before you.
Well, yeah, I just feel like sometimes I forget that I've had a birthday, or sometimes I
It's
think
denial,
I'm older.
love. It's denial. You get to 40 and the start going backwards then. So I'm 49.
I am 35.
33.
So there you go. So combined we are 117.
There was some very generous
What's that?
ones in here.
98. Love that. Tanya, you can have a shirt for that.
But then there was some 126.
No, there's 131.
Yeah, there was 130
Yeah.
something,
I
wasn't
think they're
there?
trying to say that you guys look really old because most people know how old I am.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't.
131.
Sarah P, you're fucking banned.
Nice one, Sarah.
Sarah P, bloody dropping a clanger again.
Yeah.
131.
Oh, Kelly's just said, I'm happy to hand over the win, basically, because she's won before. Are you sure, Kelly?
That's nice.
So-
isn't it?
That's nice, isn't it?
Kirsty commented literally seconds after with the same.
Okay, so Kirsty, we'll make Kirsty the winner then. Lorna's like, I don't want to wait.
Oh, Mrs. G being a grass.
Isn't she?
Look at Mrs. G.
I know,
Oh, you
You
little
little
snake.
She's a
grass.
proper little grass, isn't
Well, she
she?
had 2 guesses, so she can't win. You little witch.
Right, so
Did you know?
Kirsty, I'm going to message you later on and I'll give you the link for your free T-shirt. Well done, my love. Right, we're going to move on to my segment. And if you guys want to dib in, you can do. I'd like you to. Actually, I'm going to ask you to.
Oh, Sarah P included Dylan, to be fair.
Well, we did say we're not going to include Dylan. So, anyway. Right. So, my segment today, it's a Lady C segment. It was going to be next week, but it's all live. We're not going to do BDSM next week. while I'm thinking, and you guys, all of you, including you, Dylan, you'll need to think of your best bits for next week. Okay. It might mean you're like watching
just
them.
Just one,
right?
or can we have a couple?
You can have a couple if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can it be from Patreon?
It can be from anything at all.
Episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can do it before next week, because I'll put some like little snippets.
Yeah.
Snippets?
Yeah.
That was a cross between snippets and tidbits.
Works.
Yeah.
Snippets.
Yeah, snippets. That's a new word. Another one for the merch. Write it down. So yeah, if you can think about that, and all you guys out there, especially those who are watching live, but anybody, if you can think of your best bits and why, and we'll share some of them with everybody next week.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a bit of a longer one next week because it's our 1 year episode.
Lorna's telling us off that we're still live on Facebook.
Oh fuck! Thanks, Lorna. Thanks. You just said we're still live on Facebook. You nearly got a full episode for free then. Bye. They love me on Facebook. I'm always doing shit like that.
Oh,
okay. So my segment. I'm going to talk a little bit about psychology around BDSM. Well, not too deep. Not too deep. I've been doing a little bit of research around it, and I have been speaking to somebody on Instagram who's doing psychology, BDSM psychology, as a degree, I think, or a thesis. But I thought I'd just look into it a little bit because I was thinking about myself. Somebody asked me over DM why I think I'm dominant. What has made me like that? Was I born that way? Or was it nurture, or a combination of both? Or am I just like a random freak, basically? So it got me thinking. But when I was thinking and reading around it, I saw a study that was done early last year of 260 people off FetLife. Now, FetLife is basically Facebook for kinksters. And the participants came from like really varied groups, genders, sexual orientations, countries, ages, real mixed bag of people. And the study basically asked lots of different questions, whether they thought that they were born this way, love that song, or whether it was nurture experiences when they were younger and stuff like that. But the other thing, have you actually seen 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, it's awful.
No.
I hated
Haven't
it.
you?
No, I've not seen it. I've heard too many shit things about it.
The one
It
thing
is
I
really
did
bad.
do,
Yeah.
I started reading the book, and you know what I'm like, I'm a grammar Nazi.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I was
it's so
literally
badly
a
written, isn't it?
chapter in, and I wanted to get my red pen, correct it, and send the fucking book back to the publisher and say, sort this shit out.
Is it that bad?
It was so bad. But out of curiosity, when the film came out, I thought, I'll give it a little go. And I got as far as the bit where we find out that Christian Grey is actually a victim of child abuse. And he reckons that that's why he's dominant. And it pissed me off because it made us all sound like we're broke. I mean, I know a lot of us are.
Yeah.
But I was like, that's really stereotypical.
We're fucked up, but not because we've been
when you're putting a
abused.
film out there, you know, to the world, and you're saying that the dominant is like this because he's a victim of child abuse,
Yeah.
it's sending out all the wrong signals, I think.
Yeah.
So it did make me look into it a little bit more and think about myself. So before I talk about myself, because I'm always fucking talking about myself, why do you guys think, because both of you are dominant, obviously you switch, but let's talk about dominance first and foremost. Why do you think you are dominant? Is it been experiences? Has it just been something that's been introduced to you? If you think it's always been in you, what do you think?
I don't know. It's a like a nature and nurture sort of thing, isn't it? Like you were saying, you're born with it or you learn it.
Yeah.
And
Do you think you've always had it in you?
I
But
think
you
so.
just needs to discover it.
I think so, yeah. Mr. G seems to think so. I don't know. Maybe
I think it's always got to be there.
yeah. And just maybe up until that point, you've never had someone to explore it with.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
maybe what it is.
Yeah.
And because it is so like taboo and you don't want to, like you need that one person to be like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Nance?
I would say it's always in people.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's always been there. I've always been like, in most different parts of life, quite dominant, quite like leading and stuff. But in a BDSM way, I think it just developed. Obviously, I was only ever a bottom until one day I was like, no, it's not quite right. Like there's something else. And then maybe it was just finding the confidence and stuff to embrace that part of it.
So you don't think there's any like a moment in your life that might have triggered it? You just
No,
think it's
I don't think
always
so.
been there?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
So I was thinking about this and I was reading around the psychology. There's some comments coming through here. So once I've done a little bit of this, we'll go back to some of the comments to see what other people have said. But they reckon, this study found that overwhelming 95% of people said it was just in them. So what you've just said.
Yeah.
And partly I think it's just in me because I remember even in school, I was always the tallest, I was always the fastest. And I always look older as well. And even I remember in infant school, I was always mum. When you played house,
Got you.
Yeah.
I was always mum.
Yeah.
I remember being like a bit older and I was a policewoman. And then when we did like theatre stuff in school, I was always like, not a lead part, but like a strong female, you know. So possibly it's always been in me. But yeah, 95% of people said it was just in them. Now, on this survey, they could tick more than one box. So the percentages don't add up to 100.
Yeah.
They said that 22% of people said it was genetics. And 73% said it just reflected their personality and lifestyle. It just sort of developed because of their personality and lifestyle. 38% said that they were kinky as a result of a childhood incident or something that happened in their past, both positive and negative. And some could pinpoint the exact moment, the catalyst of them becoming a dominant or a submissive.
Yeah, I get that.
And a quarter of the study really didn't have a clue. They were just kinky and didn't really want to analyse it. They was happy just being kinky, basically.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about myself and reading around the psychology and what psychologists think could be catalysts. And I thought, actually, do you know what? There has been a series of things through my life which I've possibly now come to where I am now as a dominant sadist, basically. Yeah. Before I talk about that, obviously both of you are pretty sadistic. Where do you think that comes from? Because being dominant is different to being sadistic.
Yeah.
You know, you can be dominant and nurturing, loving, caring.
Of course, yeah.
Sadistic is not. And you can be both.
Yeah.
Where do you think your sadistic tendencies come from?
I don't know. As far back as I can remember, I've always had
You've always been a bit of a cunt.
mad thoughts, yeah.
Mad thoughts. Fucking hell, sure. Intrusive thoughts.
Remember when you were going to that, what was it? The psycho thing? Oh, you were a psychopath talk?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to go to it.
Yeah.
I was like, am I?
That psychopath talk was brilliant.
Yeah.
If you don't know, there's a company out there called Seed Talks, and they do loads of great like TED Talks, live TED Talks on stage. You can go along and watch them. If you're in Liverpool, they often do it in Camp and Furnace. And it was brilliant. And you get like a psychologist or a medical person, whoever the subject is, and they don't talk at you. It's all like they talk with you, and they'll take questions and they'll answer your question thoroughly and bring loads of expert knowledge in. And they've done the psychopath one. That was so good. But they've done a psychology BDSM one as well, which I want to go to. I missed the last one. So do you know where your sadism comes from? Or do you think you could guess?
I don't think so. I think I'm just an all or nothing person. So like if you have an idea, I think it's just very easy for that idea to just escalate until you think, oh, that'll be dead good.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that.
I think for most of us, there's got to be a starting point with something like that. I think you can be always like a dominant figure, or like I've just said, you know, when I was mum when I was playing house, I think there's always something there. But I think sadism is another step, and I think that must come from somewhere. I'm just not too sure where.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about what I thought based on the psychology that I've read and the things that could have culminated in where I am now. And I'm going to do quite a lot of sharing, but I feel like to do this justice, I need to.
Well, we've had some sharing comments already.
Have we? Okay.
Do you want a couple of those before you start?
Yeah, go on then.
So, Lorna says to me, 50 Shades came across that he was dominant because he needed control back after what had happened, not that he was broken.
Yeah.
Kat is sharing, got to be honest, I've turned to this world to help cope with my history of sexual assault and rape. I'm incredibly lucky to have found an amazing daddy dom who works well with my husband.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Rosie, my childhood sexual assault has definitely influenced my current sexuality, but my sexual orientation is unrelated, in her opinion.
Okay.
See, so you can heal through it as well, can't you? Because Mrs. G's had the R word and stuff like that, just in case anyone doesn't like the pet. So when we set up and do like full-on CNC scenes, because she knows it's with me, like coming out after it, it's obviously it doesn't fucking cure PTSD or nothing like that. But it helps if you get what I mean. So like there's we always say it, don't we? But there's major benefits to
Absolutely.
what we do.
Absolutely.
Even though it might be cruel and sadistic at the time.
Yeah.
It's almost like facing your trauma.
That's it, yeah. Yeah.
That's sort of where I've come to after reading all this.
Yeah.
It's facing your trauma and it's finding a way of dealing with it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which works for
I'm
you.
the same. It happened to me. I was assaulted when I was 16 or 17 by my partner at the time. And for me, it's just, maybe it is getting that control back and stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's, like I always say, people starting out in the scene, just try and make good experiences with whatever you're doing. And maybe it's just that.
Yeah.
Way of turning it round, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, looking back on my life, if you like, and obviously I am very sadistic, and up until recently only a dominant, although obviously I've been experimenting in submissive
Yep.
play. But there's been tons of stuff actually when I was reading the psychology. So obviously I was talking about, always being mum in school, but even in school when you have to like select groups and there's always like a team captain or whatever.
Yeah.
It was me. It wasn't because I was the best. I was just like the biggest. And I don't know whether I just looked a bit more responsible because I was taller and looked older than everybody else. I don't know what it was, but I was happy to do it.
Yeah.
I was happy to take a lead and choose team members and stuff like that and organise and stuff. Before senior school, I was doing that. So, for me, looking back, I was an only child. Didn't have any brothers and sisters. And my mum and dad were very violent to each other. Very violent. And I'm not saying they're bad people, but they were just people that shouldn't have never been together. Yeah. Never. They were like chalk and cheese. They had their own little issues. Neither of them dealt with them very well. And it culminated in a lot of violence. And I grew up hearing and seeing a lot of violence. It went both ways. Mm-hmm. They were both as bad as each other. My mum was terrible. And they used to shout at each other all the time. And I remember listening to this and just wanting to just fucking escape from it all. And I had nobody to share that with. And so what I did is sort of built up a defence, if you like, and it really hardened me. But it also made me not want to go home. So I used to do after school clubs all the time. Mm-hmm. And in after school clubs, there was often this taking the lead thing. It was always me. And that was my little bit of escapism, not going home and just not facing all that stuff. And also around that time, I was bullied. Like I said to you before, I was very overweight. I was 11 stone at 11. I was very overweight. And around 11, 12, a group of people who I thought were my friends hog-tied me with a pair of tights that one of them was wearing. I was in the middle of a field. There was about 10 kids. And if you don't know what a hog tie is, you're lying on your stomach with your hands behind your back and your legs up and your hands and your legs are tied together. And because it was nylons, the more I moved, the tighter they went, to a point where it restricted my blood flow to my hands. And in the end, thankfully, one of the kids who was a bit like standing off going, I'm not happy with this, run off and got his dad. And his dad had to cut the things off me. He couldn't rip them. They were so tight. And I was crying uncontrollably because it was sore. I was embarrassed. Yeah. Because of what I had on, things were exposed. I didn't want to be exposed. Yeah. I was very vulnerable. And even to this day, I can't use nylons in any kind of play, in any restraint. And I've only ever hog-tied one person. I've actually got a really good hog-tie kit with leather cuffs and padlocks and everything. I've only ever used it once because it just a massive flashback. It was horrendous. Yeah. It's mad that sort of thing can still affect you now.
100%, yeah.
And then I was in a toxic relationship for 12 years. So my ex was obsessive, possessive, controlled every part of my life to a point where I stopped accepting invitations to go out because he made my life hell if I wanted to go out. He would follow me around, ask me where I was if he didn't find me. He would wait for me at the end of the street. I started changing what I wore, the makeup that I wore, because if I did wear something that wasn't covering me up or I wore a bit more makeup than normal, he said, well, you don't do that to me. For me, who are you meeting? Why are you doing that? It wasn't for myself. It was always for somebody else. And he made me life hell to the point where I did not recognise myself anymore and I lost control completely. I just didn't know who I was anymore. So I actually left him 3 times. And so 2 times I went back. And during those 2 times, like I said, he'd stalk me. He'd wait at the end of the road. He would follow me to work. He'd phone and wouldn't speak. and stuff like that, letting me know that he was there all the time. And the third time I left him, that was it. I never went back, and he followed me everywhere. I met Jimmy 6 months down the line, and he knew where we were going and what we were doing, and he made it known. So I lost complete control of my life from young, from not having the control of the situation with my mum and dad. That time when I was getting bullied, it was horrific. Then with my ex, I just lost myself completely. And so when I left my ex and got with Jim, I felt liberated. I was like a bird out of a cage, and he allowed me to find myself again. And a few false starts. I didn't really know what I wanted to wear, what I wanted my hair like, how to wear my makeup. I had to find myself again at 28.
Yeah.
I didn't have a clue who I was, but Jim allowed me the space to experiment and find who I was again, to the point where I am now. And so I think personally, my dominance comes from a lot of trauma up until the age of 28, and wanting to take control of my life again, and finding myself again. And so my dominance for me is not necessarily controlling other people, it's controlling myself. And I quite like that other people like that I'm a dominant. And so I've sort of blossomed from that.
Yeah.
And also what's happened, like I said before, I've become a little bit more submissive. Now, these things are always in the back of my mind. And when I did split up with my ex a couple of times, I sobered me out, let's put it that way. And I experimented a little bit with BDSM loads over the years, loads on and off because of the other fella. But I never trusted anybody properly to let go. I was only really when I met Jim, and he allowed me to do all these things, that all that stuff that I'd been playing around with, I could just do it. And there was no question, and it was amazing. But I couldn't ever let myself go as a submissive, because I'd be handing control over back to somebody else, and I'd fought so hard to gain that control back.
Yeah.
So it's only been, like I've said before, since COVID, and I've allowed myself to let go. And at first, it wasn't that difficult because it was Jim, but it's still in the back of my mind going, can I do it? And now I can let go, trust Jim implicitly to just let him do whatever he wants. Yeah. And it's the most liberating thing. But I'm now 49, and we started this when I was 47. So it's took me 47 years, really, to get to the point where I trust somebody enough to let go of that control once again. And all that has come from trauma caused by other people. How fucking horrific is that? That somebody can lose themselves for that long because of what other people have done to them. Yeah. And it's only since I've been looking at psychology, I fucking realised it.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it. I haven't thought about it before. I haven't really questioned why I'm a dominant. I just am. I just like it. I like hitting people. But now it's more than that. It's much more than that. And when I've thought about my sadism and why I'm sadistic, it's not because I want to hurt people. I like the reaction I get from people when I do it. So actually, I'm a pleaser. I'm a pleaser. Yeah. Because I don't hit somebody and I want them to get angry or upset or cry. Pain, If I get tears and they want it, great. But I don't do it because I want to genuinely harm them to a point where they're broke. That is not me at all. My sadistic tendencies come from the feedback I get from them, the noises and the thank yous and all that. Thank you. So that's where my sadism comes from. So to all the people out there who tried to pull me down, who tried to bully me, who made my life a living hell at times, I'm going to thank you now, because I would not be the person I am without all those experiences. All those experiences have formed me. And if I had my chance again, I probably wouldn't want to go through it again. But I did. And I'm not going to have my time again. And I've turned it round. I've turned it into a positive, and I've become who I am now. And I'm happy with who I am now. So to my bullies, fuck you. So do you recognise yourselves in that at all?
I think I think there's always a part, no matter who it is, if you sit down and look at it long enough, there is always something. Yeah. There's always going to be reasons.
100%.
That make you go, oh, actually.
It could be that.
Yeah.
I think for most of us, it's a culmination of things like I've just said there.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you shared some experiences there, but I'm sure there's other things, and I know you've talked about it before, and I don't want to, talk about your experiences, but your childhood was difficult at times, in the relationship with your mum and caring for your siblings, that kind of thing. That is going to form you isn't it? You know, and make you into a powerful, dominant, caring, nurturing person.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure there's lots of other things in your life, if you really thought about it, all together have brought you to this point.
Yeah.
And same for you.
Yeah.
And there's going to be more. There's going to be more life
I
experiences.
think I was very similar to you. Not like my previous relationship before Sid was totally different. And it wasn't abusive or anything. It was just the most placid vanilla. And I'd been in it since I was 17 and then got to whatever age it was, 25 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just bored with life. So when me and Sid got together and then we, you know, found this lifestyle and stuff, and same as with Jim, you're with someone that allows you to become
yourself,
the person that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you seen yourself changing then over the years? I mean, just in the short
100%,
time
yeah.
I've known you,
Yeah.
you know, visually, you
Yeah.
look completely different. I don't even mean the weight loss, but just like, you know, your hair and your makeup, and I don't know, you're just
Your own self-expression, I think, isn't
Yeah.
it? You just find...
you're more open,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
you know. I'm not saying you were before, but I've seen you blossoming. You've
I was
grown,
much more of like a
definitely.
shell of a person when we first started.
Yeah.
You know, when we met and became friends and
Yeah.
working together, even just everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can say that's going to the club or doing this or doing that, but I think you just grow.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Do you like yourself more now?
Some days.
You're all right, aren't you?
Oh,
I'll do. Depends how many fireballs I've had. I liked myself on Saturday night.
So did
She
I.
was a vibe.
right. So before we read some more comments from the people watching us, we're just going to take a little breath because that was a bit serious. And let's do our dangly bit. And then we'll go back and we'll have a little look at some of the comments that people have said. There's quite a lot there, and I'd like to share some of them.
Notice me talk.
Tories
Yeah.
come. Right then. What have you got for us, Ray?
So you know when you said take a
Oh
breath?
my God.
Oh, no.
What is it?
What have you brought now?
No.
You said it wasn't
You
anything
keep rattling it.
No.
You should have had this ready. Come on.
Yeah, no. I didn't want to open it. I didn't
Oh,
want to
okay.
lose its potentness.
Oh, no.
What do you mean?
What is it?
Oh no.
What is it?
Smelling
salts, mate.
I thought I'd got a runny nose.
Fucking chest.
My eyes.
We've all got fucking hay fever. Nothing's going to
So
happen.
what do you want us to do with this?
So you've got to...
It might make me vomit.
I think I've got to crack that first.
But what do you do, though?
You just take a sniff.
And choke. If I choke to death, mate, I can't go first. I've got to see
Should we
your
say bye
reaction.
now, just in case we die? We won't see you next
Every
week for
time
our
you
1
do
year.
a dangly bit, I'm like, this could go horribly wrong. Every single time, mate.
Did you not read the instructions before you brought it here?
No, mate.
Do you want to stick the dick in it?
Fucking shit you, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, we are.
Oh, we are.
Oh.
Right, I'm popping that back on.
Now, this might make me choke, so I can't go first. No, genuinely.
You go first.
You've heard my chest.
So, get it ready. And
So what's the point of it? What's it meant to do?
it's weightlifters take you before
For
a
what?
big lift. It activates your brain.
Oh, I've still got loads of shit to do here.
It's me with my fucking brain injury.
You got to put it right to your nose. Have a sniff. Sniff.
What
Go.
do?
I might choke, though.
Shit. Shit.
Okay, now, do you think I should do this at my chest? No. That's a no.
I mean, it'll clear your chest.
Your makeup is going to run
Oh
down
my
your
God,
face now.
my brain.
Is it
Mate.
that bad?
Oh, I shouldn't have had that big a sniff.
It's not poppers.
I hope you've got a tissue because you're not sharing mine. Look,
I
I'm
might
crying.
need
You are. I don't know whether I should do this, you know. Right, come on.
Here's me all. Here's me all crash the car us on the way home. Mate,
Why are you letting us do this?
Whoa, that's boss.
Well, like, boss. Boss in what way?
If you're going to do it like
Is it going to make me cough?
from here.
It
No.
will, won't it?
No, it goes
if
up.
anything, it's going to clear your chest because mine feels great.
Okay, disclaimer. I've been told I've probably got whooping cough, so I'm not contagious.
Come on, you're the one I wanted to see do this.
Oh, my brain is rattling.
I'm
Don't fanny
nervous.
about with it. Just throw it. I think dust went
Right,
up there.
okay, so if I start coughing, because you know what it's like when I start coughing, it's uncontrollable.
Yeah.
You might have to start reading shit out, and I'm going to have to
I
sort
don't think
myself
I can
out.
see.
I might have to go off here for a minute.
I feel like I've got space in my head.
I was not prepared for that.
Go on, get it in.
you're dead. Honest, my eyes. I don't even know if they're just leaking
up my
out.
nostril. Sorry.
I don't even know if they're leaking or if I'm just laughing at it.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I've just seen myself on the screen.
Look at the fucking gib of us.
Oh, my God.
You having a go, Dildog?
You having a go, Dylan?
Go on.
I need to film him doing it
I
then.
don't feel particularly well, but that I should be
this will
okay.
make you feel
Come
better.
round. Come
There's
round
lots
here.
of laughing.
Come and get in
going
front
on.
of the wonky telly.
Oh, my brain is rattled.
So it's loose, so just a quick sniff.
Yeah.
Quick sniff.
You ready, guys?
Throw it by the
We'll all be
nozzies.
loose after this.
Okay.
God, he went in.
You know, it's went straight in. There's nothing to say.
Oh, that's pretty good actually.
How good's that afterwards?
Do you know what? I'm actually.
That's pretty sound. Might get some of them.
I mean, I don't want to do it again, but it's clean my nostrils.
Yeah.
I told you, it'll clear your chest of anything.
But the shock. The shock.
It's clean.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the smell, and I wasn't expecting it to be so strong.
I did order the strong ones.
Fucking hell, Ryan.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
that was...
That was interesting. I
I'm
hope
gonna
you all
be very
enjoyed that.
productive for the rest of the day.
Right,
It's
when you
class.
go home, I want a video of Mrs. G doing that.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think you're now barred from doing dangly bits going forward. Because every time I watch myself doing one of your dangly bits, I look fucking stupid.
Oh, wait till you see this one.
What does it smell like? It hasn't even got a smell.
It
smells like pain.
It's ammonia, I think.
Oh, your head now, mate. Take your painkillers later.
Don't need to now.
Okay, I
feel like I've gone
forgot
back
what I'm
in time
doing.
10 years and I've
I know.
had a lovely time.
No word of a lie. My size is a lot
You
clearer.
know the relief
Yeah.
from your nose when you blow your nose? That's what I feel like's happened to my brain. I feel like I blew my brain.
Wow, okay, we're all on a little bit of shock here. Okay, what was I doing? Where am I? Right, yeah, you were going to read the comments. So, right.
I mean, right now, they're lost in a sea of fucking crying faces.
Everyone's just
faces.
laughing their heads off.
Not sure if it's lack of sleep, but that was one of the best things I've seen.
Right, okay.
That should be a gif.
So,
Get on
Yeah.
it, Dylan.
yeah, I'll have to make a gif out of that. Okay, so if you want to go back on some of the comments from our segment before.
Oh my God.
What time is it? Okay. So I'm not going to do my second bit of the BDSM segment. And let's just see what people have said here because I think that's more important to hear what our watchers say.
I mean, that's
While I
quite
calm the fuck down.
that's quite a relevant comment. Violence begets violence, but it can be expressed positively. And I think that probably resonates with a lot of us, I would say. Like, people don't understand what we do. But for
Yeah.
us on that side of it, it does really help, I think.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Mrs. G's agreeing with you, taking control of your trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you can decide the fate of your trauma, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of people sending love to you, Vic, for sharing.
Oh, thank you guys. I just think it's important if you're going to do subjects like this, you've got to be honest. Otherwise, what's the point?
100%, yeah.
And, and it's true. What's happened to me has formed me, and I'm sure people can relate to that. Oh, some of the comments on there are really nice, aren't they?
I
Yeah.
hope they got severely punished.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not, no. Well, my ex definitely didn't, so I'm just waiting for karma, to be honest with you. Karma will do a much better job than me.
I think bullies, like kids as bullies, are just horrible, aren't they? Like,
Yeah.
But most parents of bully kids, I don't think,
No,
see them for what they are.
no, definitely not. Have you got anything else on there, or should I go on to my next little bit?
So on average, it takes 7 attempts to leave an abusive relationship.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
So it's 3 for me. I did quite well then, really,
Yeah.
didn't I mean, don't get me wrong, he wasn't physically violent to me, but he may
Mentally.
as well have been. May as well.
I
Got
think
into my head.
sometimes that's worse, though.
Got into my head.
Yeah.
And do you know what? If his family are watching, I don't think you do. I'm really sorry, but it's the fucking truth. And you know what happened afterwards, so you can see it now. But he'd come up to me. I'd be on like against the wall, and he'd go like that either side of me, and his body was that far away. So he wasn't touching me. He was like that, staring at me in the face, calling me for everything, but never laid a finger on me. And in a way, I wish that he did, because that was even worse. It was so intimidating.
Yeah, it's everything.
But I mean, I've used that a couple of times in scenes. I can't lie. I can't lie. I have, because I know how intimidating that is. So I've sort of like transferred it over. Okay, so before I do me fetish factoid, for those who follow us on Instagram, our numbers are not going up on Instagram, and that is because Instagram have shadow banned us. They don't like our content. They don't let us monetize it because I'm always saying cunt, fuck, shit, bastard, bollocks, and all that kind of thing.
I think you said all of them when you sniffed that salt.
At once.
If it didn't in my brain, I definitely did. I don't remember what happened at that point. I just lost me shit
My brain
for a
done a
minute.
factory reset.
Yeah.
Mine did.
So Instagram, unless you share our stuff on Instagram, people that don't follow us will not see it. And we've got 38,000 followers, I think, on Instagram. So yeah, we're doing all right, but I want more. But we won't get more unless you share our reels and that with your friends, and then they'll follow us, and then hopefully they'll share. This shadow banning thing is just absolute bullshit. When I've seen some of the stuff that people share on Instagram and ours is being monitored and blocked, it fucks me off, you know.
There's so much of my
All the
stuff that
tits
gets
and
taken
ass that's
down.
out there.
Yeah.
Well, not mine.
Not yours, because you're also shadow banned, aren't you?
No, we're just locked out of it.
Oh, you're still locked out?
Yeah.
Ew. That was so
fault.
common. Ew. Oh my God, that's something I've never done. And also on Facebook, last time I wanted to get up to 100,000 followers and we're still not there. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed in you all. We'll come and get you. We'll chase you with my flogger. If you just ask your mates to give us a like and a follow on Facebook, please, because I want to do a video to say thank you to you all for hitting 100,000. It's there. I've done it. It's ready and waiting.
Follows the
It was
start
not
going
long
down
ago. It
now.
was before I had whooping cough. So come on.
My hair's grown since then.
Hello, I'm even greyer now. Right, so let's finish on a fetish factoid.
Yes.
This is one that me and Jim were talking about one night. He went, please don't do that. So this is Salirophilia.
What?
Spit.
It can be. Salirophilia is basically defacing the object of your desire or affection. So it could be in a masochistic, sadist scenario, so DS. So it could be as a means of controlling somebody. I think Sid would be into this. As a means of controlling somebody, like tearing their clothes over, like, you know, their underwear, or tearing a shirt open. Or if somebody's got beautiful makeup, just go and smear the makeup with spit over their face, that kind of thing.
That's why we do a lot of waterplay.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
It's like our photo on the calendar.
Or like smearing mud or food over them. So if you like fucking in the field, you just get like the mud going over the face.
Yeah.
Or like it's a bit of sploshing, isn't it, using food. So it's not defacing somebody because you want to be mean to them. It just turns you on, basically, by ripping the clothes and smearing the makeup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But one of these things, which is a bit more degrading, is spitting. But it doesn't have to be degrading. Some people find it really, really sexy, spitting into the mouth and stuff. But most people, it is a degrading part of a BDSM scenario.
Yeah.
It can be like, just spitting on something because they're not worthy or whatever. But an awful lot of submissives love spitting. And there's also a saliva fetish. And it's different to spitting. So spitting is normally, like I say, spitting on somebody's face to smear their makeup. There's a purpose.
Yeah.
It's either to degrade them or to, wipe it over the face. But saliva fetish is the look of it. So
Like drooling.
drool.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I'm seeing this a lot.
Yeah.
Drool, or like wet licking somebody on their face and you can see it shining.
Yeah.
They like the shine, the sheen of drool. Whereas spitting, some people quite like being spat on because it's got a consistency of jizz. So when it hits, it feels like and rolls like jizz would. I don't really get that really. I can see why people think that. I've got a fly. A little midgy thing. So I can see why they do that, but I'm not really into that. Not because it grosses me out, it's just not my thing. But I was coughing up one night and I said to Jim, I'm so sorry. We are trying to have sexy times. And I'm like that, spitting into Hank and everything. And he was like, I'm sure there's a fetish for that. And he went, please don't do that. So there is a fetish for that, love. It's called Salirophilia. And I'm not into it, so don't worry. You haven't got to be exposed. So
I love being spat on.
do you?
Yeah. I like
Is it sexy to you, or is it part of a DS degrading thing?
more of like a degradation bit of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I only ever would say it to think anyone else would make me sick.
Yeah. I do it to Miss Sheila.
Yeah. So do you rip her clothes and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's been a few scenes where we've said, at X point, I'm going to rip your thing off. So we put like a little
Rip your thing
snip.
off?
Like, just like a little,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Don't wear that brand new on Summer's outfit. Where
Exactly, yeah.
Something from Shein.
Nothing expensive.
I'll always say to her, wear something I can rip. Or, there's
the
like...
amount of fishnets that we go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jim one time, he wanted to rip me tights. I said, you can't rip them, they're Walfords, and Walfords
You've
is
said this
expensive.
before, haven't you? Yeah, I couldn't rip them.
And I put this pair of tights on, and Jim in the moment was like that, like trying to get his teeth in his hand, like that. You fucking couldn't do it.
Shut up.
So I'm in the heat of the moment, like, waiting for this, like, this reveal. He's like, okay, I couldn't do it. He went, what fucking's any of these? In the end, you have to go,
It's like these I've got on today, they're absolutely bomb-proof.
yeah, he could not
no
rip
getting
these
through them.
tights off. He went, next time, wear some shit tights, for God's sake. He couldn't rip them off.
That's what happened to me with G, so that's why now I put like a little scissor snip in it.
Yeah.
So that when I do it goes down the snip then.
Yeah.
I don't get demasculined by a dress.
Demasculated. Emasculated, isn't it? Emasculated.
Someone ripped my outfit at MILF Monday, didn't they, a few months ago when I was
you,
dead upset.
you went nuts, didn't you?
It was like a £70 on Summers.
Yeah.
Didn't even ask, and he just went.
Did you give him the bill?
It wasn't even worth it.
Oh, right. Shit sex as well.
Average.
Average.
Is that the guy that was romanticising after you?
He was romanticising.
I've got 5 minutes if you want to go back upstairs.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Does he not know that swing and shag and go?
She was just thinking,
I'm all about smash and dash.
Smash and dash.
Smash and dash.
Right. Merch. Smash and dash.
Give and go.
Can you tell we're on the merch thing now?
Smash and dash, and then bag of crisps and a snack.
Bag of crisps, yeah. Wow. At least it wasn't a bag of crisps while you were having a smash. That would have been
No, I
really
was
bad.
like sat at the bar later, like having a little 5 minutes to myself in the afternoon. He was like, going in 5 minutes, I've got fuck off.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, mate. I'd
your
rather have a
tarmac and
crisp,
Jack
thanks. Yeah.
Can't you?
Right. So, just on the thing of merch, we're looking to release the merch in October, aren't we? We have got a live audience episode that we're filming in our venue, for those who don't know, on the 13th of October. The tickets are on sale, but they've only gone on sale to Patreons for now, and half of them have already sold. So later on today, I'm going to be putting it out on general release, and then it's going to be a free-for-all. I think they're going to be gone within about 24 hours, the way they've been going so far.
Yeah.
They're not a fortune either. I've set the price so it's affordable for most people. But basically, we are going to be doing what we're doing in front of an audience of people, interacting. It'll also be recorded and live streamed to our patrons in other countries who can't make it. So I will share the link on our socials later on if you fancy it. And just before I go, I didn't say hello to our OGs. Sorry. Sexy spank to the OGs and our new patrons. I'm not going to read them all out because I haven't got time, but I'll do it next time. Thank you, everybody over on Patreon joined us recently. We've had a massive surge on Patreon. What the fuck? I'm saying thank you to our patrons. You've got a dick behind your ear. Fucking hell. Anyway, we're going to go. Because we've been going for about an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 5 minutes. And
Big one today.
it's going to be carnage if we
The
carry on.
kids are getting bored.
Yeah, the kids are getting bored, so we've got to go. Their attention span has been stretched far enough. Oh. So you have dicks, what can I have? There you go.
Yeah. Mothman.
Yeah, right. Okay, we're going to go. So, if you're binge watching, put the kettle on. We'll see you in 5. If not,
We'll see you next week.
For the year episodes. Love you, bye.
see you next week. Bye. And there we have it. Another day made better by listening to the Curators of Chaos. Thanks for dropping by. And if you enjoyed the show, we'd really appreciate you sharing the Love the Paddle podcast with your friends. Don't forget to give us a follow on our socials, maybe some 5-star reviews, and feel free to send us an email to medic@thepaddleselpodcast.co.uk or even interact with us on Facey, Insta and our other socials because we love chatting to you. Make sure you stop by next week because, as Bowie says, I don't know where I'm going next, but I promise it won't be boring. Catch you soon.